Alright guys, so here goes the first YouTube video I've ever done in my life. So I started on Instagram about 6-7 months ago, and a lot of people keep on telling me I should do a YouTube channel or ask if I have one, and I don't. So here we go. So to start it off, first video, I'll tell a little bit about myself and why I buy a Tacoma. So my name's Tanner, I'm 20, I'm an electrician, and I came from the car community. And so basically I love Stansmore Scrape Fest, that's a Utah. And so I had a Ford Focus hatchback, and it was lowered on the ground, coilover, so I was static. It was low and slow, but I don't know, after a while, I always loved it, but I bought a dirt bike, and my buddy was sick of driving me around, so I had to get a truck, and I was like, well, what's a good truck out there? And the only truck really on the market that holds its value is a Tacoma, and I was like, well, I guess I'll get this. If I hate it, I can sell it for the same price I bought it for. So go to the Toyota dealership. Actually, that's not even what happened. I was on my way to buy a Ducati Scrambler, and so I love those bikes. I love a road bike, always wanted one, and so I was on my way to the Ducati dealership to buy one of those, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stop at the Toyota and see how much they'll give me for my Focus. So we stopped there, and I'm looking at Toyotas, and I kind of know, like, if I'm gonna buy one, I want the best. Like, I want a TRD off-road, so it has crawl control, like locking rear differentials, all-wheel drive. I want it all, just to make it, I mean, if I'm gonna go with Tacoma, I want the best. Or I'd rather just get a, I don't know, Subaru or something. And so I walk in there, and I end up knowing one of the guys, and so he's the financial general manager, and he hooked me up big time on this. I got a crazy deal. And so basically I walked out of that dealership with $7,000 in on my equity, and so it was totally worth it. So I was happy with that. I was like, I'm just gonna keep this stock, I'm gonna sell it, make some money, and go buy something I actually want. And that was my mindset. I did not want this Tacoma. I wanted maybe a Subaru. Like, I really like the Subaru WRXs, the STIs. Well, I guess I used to, I should say. Dream car's a BMW M3, but I can't afford that. And so I had this Tacoma, and I was just, you know, driving it around. And I don't really know what kicked in my head one day, but I was like, I actually want to spend some money on this. And so I got my tax returns back, and I was like, you know what? Well, let's put some lift on it, wheels and tires. And so my dad worked at Ford. So I went down there and talked to the parts guy, and he's like, oh yeah, we can hook you up with a lift. And so they gave me the Ready lift. I paid about like $250, so I got like the cost price for that. And that dude's like, yeah, you don't need shocks, you don't need anything, this is a perfect lift. Just block in the rear, puck in the front, that's all you need. Well, down the road, you know, as many of you guys know, I have learned quite a bit about Tacomas, off-roading, what you need, what you shouldn't do when you're in your truck, installing things. So it's been quite the journey. I've learned a lot. I mean, my life has changed quite a bit. So a little bit more about me. I'm super mechanical, so on my Ford Focus I did everything myself, like suspension work, engine work, everything. And so when it came to Tacoma, it was kind of the same way. So everything on my Tacoma I've done myself. The only thing I didn't do was put a tire on the wheel, because I don't have that machine. When I get alignments, I actually did my own alignment last time. I do need another one, and most people won't let me use their $80,000 alignment machine, so I can't really do that. But I do know how to do it, just don't have the machine. Let's see, what else? These YouTube things, hopefully you guys actually like them, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I guess we can go around my vehicle. So I bought it because I needed to transfer my dirt bike. Sold that dirt bike for more truck parts. So I sold my dirt bike for $3,500, and I bought the rooftop tent. And so I got that at REI. Bought the rooftop tent at REI. And then the CBI bars, I bought those. The overland bars, the bed stiffeners with that money. And then wheels, tires, and lift. And so I guess that's where that money went. Dirt biking was fun. I was never into it though, so I bought it. I bought a Kawasaki 450, and sand dunes was fun. But other than that, it was my first time ever riding 2 years ago, and I bought it, and I'm just not into it. I like ATVs, more razors, but those are too much money, so stick with the Tacoma, I guess, right? But this is it. I mean, you can't flip the camera, can you? Well, there goes two shots. So this is my Tacoma. So it is a 2018 TRD off-road. I bought it bone stock, 0 miles on it. Paid about $33,000 for it, which is, the sticker price is $42, so I got a crazy good deal on it. I've done a lot of stuff to it. People always ask me, hey, what have you done to your Tacoma? I have a list. There's honestly over 40 items on them. I mean, a lot of things are small. The newest thing I have done on this was actually headlight bulbs. Vision Pro. Vision Pro, they sponsored me a couple days ago, and so they sent me headlights. But before that, Brandon Branciota hooked me up with M2s, and I've been using those, and they're honestly amazing. They have a perfect V line, like a triangle, I guess is a better way to explain it. So it's straight on top and then it curves down to V, and it's really bright. I'm really excited to get these new ones that they're sending me. And then I got these new vinyls, so that was from Branciota as well on there. Biggest mods I have, I guess, like most time consuming, is I do have a cab mount relocate kit. And so what that does is, it's down there, so that is not what a stock one looks like. So that is clearing up to 37-inch wheels. And so now that does take an effect. I cannot just slap on 37s now because I would hit my firewall. And so I do have my pinch weld flattened, and so I will have more videos and like I did all these stuff, but this is more just like my first video overviewing everything. I got my bumper cut, so I did use I think these are like for door dings. You put them on your the side of your doors when you open up your door and you hit a car, it doesn't really damage it. So that's what the sealant is. And then I did not cut any of the fender, so it's all tucked up perfectly in there. I have painted, so they're spray painted fog lights. So it is a amber color to match my rough country amber DRL pods. So they do have 3 settings. So right now it is on the daylight setting, which is an amber, so it's kind of just that straight line. And then when you turn them on, it is a white light LED, and it's about, I think, 4,500 lumens. I might be wrong, but that is what those are. I got the retrofit headlights, so I'll make a whole video on these because I do make them myself and I do sell them. And so these are my first ones, so they are not as good as the ones I'm making now, and I need to put on the best ones on my truck. So I have these to kind of like model off of, because if I'm showing them my my worst ones I've made, that's not really good promotion, but they're still pretty good. So basically I have painted everything on the inside. I added this halo, so I put wires in there instead of using they have 3M tape on the back, but I put wires for off-roading because I did not want my halo falling off like a month from now, because that would be terrible. But with my new ones, I am removing the wires and doing JB Weld. And so 1, it looks way more cleaner. 2, it's just as strong. I mean, JB Weld, you're not breaking JB Weld. If you're going off-roading that hard, which, if I'm being honest, I don't know anyone that goes more off-roading harder than me, you're doing something wrong. And I actually have plenty of stories to back that up, and plenty of people I off-road with to also back that up. Which honestly is not me being like cocky and saying, "Ooh, I go the hardest." I regret all of that, and this is now a mall crawler. So I guess you guys are probably wondering why the tires like have that weird little shade. I have an automatic car wash, and that's like where the rail is, so it never washes below that. Kind of sucks. So I have to go through twice. To get the whole truck clean. I guess just the tires. More overview, I guess. So these are the Method 312s. They are a 17-inch wheel by 9 inches wide with a -12 offset. So they do pop out farther than most people's, just because of the 9-inch rim. Most common is an 8.5. I did paint these. These were chrome. Everyone was complaining about them being chrome, so I finally just whipped out the spray can and painted them for you. They're pretty dang close to match the color. Cost me like $20, so it was better than bumper caps, which are like $130, I think. I do have the Agency 6 shackle and D-ring. It's pretty sick. I like it. I mean, just for looks, honestly, I've never used it, but I did go off-roading with Adam once, and I needed this. I really needed it, and I didn't. So that was fun towing him out with, we pretty much just Jimmy rig stuff to get it hooked up, and it worked out. But if I just had this, it would have been a piece of cake. What else? So I guess I'm gonna show you my bed stiffeners. So there they are. These are Rego Fabrication bed stiffeners. Honestly, there's better ones out there, and better, I mean not like structurally, but better as in like there's more things you can do with it. Like I've seen some with a flagpole mount on the top. That's pretty cool. But as functionality, they're really, I mean, they do their job. They hold the bed in. That's what they're made for. I do have a bed stiffener, or a bed mat, I mean. What is his name? Chase. I always forget your Instagram handle. The taco truck. He hooked me that up on my birthday. That's definitely one of the best people I've met from Instagram was Chase. He helped me move. So Chase is that taco truck, and he is definitely one of my favorite people I've ever met through Instagram. And so basically he was, I don't even know, he just wanted to come down. He's come down to Utah and he wanted to hang out, and he was like, yo, you have a sick truck, let's meet up and take some pics. So he was coming down for a wedding, never met him in my life, and I was like, yeah, come over, we'll go take some pics. And like, he didn't really have a place to stay, and in the back of my head I'm like, there's no way I'm offering him a place to stay because I don't know him yet, and I'm like, I'm young. I just don't know if he's like 40. Like, I just don't want like a 40-year-old coming over and then like having me sleep there if I've never met him. So I want to like create a relationship first before I invite him in my house. And so he came over and we just bonded immediately, and a lot of my other friends made fun of us and said we're a couple, but I promise, both straight. We're just great friends. We bond quickly. He helped me move. That was a big deal. So he came all the way out a second time for a 4th of July trip, and I didn't tell him. I was like, hey, we have just a few things I got to move out of my house, and it ended up being a lot, which is a long story, but basically I had to move out my whole entire house to the DI because, well, life happens. And so he helped me with all that. Eternally grateful for him. So that's sick. And I've met plenty of other people. So this Instagram has been one of the best things I've ever done in my life, honestly. Just not because like my truck and like showing it off, like that's not why I have this Instagram. I have this Instagram to meet new people, get connections around the world, help people out. Like constantly I get DMs every day asking me how I did things, like what they are, and that's where I started. I started on Instagram DMing other people, and no one was helpful. They all just either don't respond or basically just super like rude about it, and like just don't really want to tell you any information. And so I've just been trying to like not be like that at all. When people ask me something, just give them as much information as I can, and I feel like I have been doing that. We'll jump over to more things I've done on my truck. So I have tinted windows. I got 5% in the back, 10% in the front. Super dark, illegal in Utah, but hey, roll down your windows when you pass a cop. I got the AVS window or rain visors, whatever. I don't even know what they're called. They're just decoration. They do work. I guess like no rain gets on my windows. They're sick. I got these flags, got these off Etsy. So many people ask me where I got this Toyo tires. This Toyo tire sticker is from, I don't even know. It's one of the first things I bought on my truck. I think I got it on Etsy. Not sure if you can get them anymore. Don't copy me. It's my trademark. I'm just kidding. If you want it, go for it. If that makes you happy on your truck. I have this Tacoma Beast flag mount. This product right here created me to have a long-lasting hatred for Tacoma Beast, not the owners, just Tacoma Beast as a company. Because there's a weld that came out halfway, and they told me to fix it myself. So I grinded it with the help of 801 Taco. So that sucked, but what do you do? What else do I have? SPC upper control arms. These things are sweet. They are adjustable on the top, so you can adjust your camber and your caster by moving this back and forth, and the ball joint side to side. They do help. I do have stock coils in the front with a 3-inch puck. Don't do that. If you're looking at this video and you're like looking at what lift I should buy, don't get that lift. Get Old Man Emu coils with Bilstein, I don't know, 5600 shocks, 5100 shocks, whatever. Just better. In the back, I got a Bilstein 5100 because I hyperextended my rear 4600s because I was told you didn't need to get new shocks, but you did. Got my Instagram handle right there. That thing's pretty sweet. Took me, honestly, I'm not kidding, probably 2 months to figure out where to put that sticker, and that is where I went. I have 2 stickers up here. I have Vans because I'm from Utah, and everybody in Utah is a skater boy, honestly, and they wear Vans. Rock Monkey is a sweet off-road company. Off-road, that is not what they are. They are a outdoors company, and they're based out of the Rocky Mountains, and I love their gear. I own from a couple of their shirts. They're just sick. I have no ties to them. It's just good gear. I like the sticker. Put it on my truck. Hate me for it. on the inside. So we're gonna jump to the inside of my truck where all of my friends, I'm not kidding, get in my truck and they roast me. So I have a pretty clean truck inside. Wow, it's not clean right now. I didn't prepare for the video. So actually I have a bunch of stuff. I have this. This is high heat spray paint for my downpipe, which I forgot to show you guys. So I do have a downpipe. It is right there. So that is not a aftermarket exhaust. I took a Sawzall, cut it, put the chrome tip I already had on there, put it up. Yeah, sounds the same as a stock exhaust. It just looks better, my opinion. I will never get an aftermarket exhaust for many reasons. They all sound like crap to me. They are high-pitched, ricer. No offense to all my buddies that do have aftermarket exhausts. I just don't like them, personal opinion. I have a Canon air intake, and it is the loudest air intakes on the market, hands down, and the best sounding. And that is not an opinion. I'm not kidding. If you hear this, you will agree. There is cons to the Canon air intake. One, it is a open pod, so if you're doing off-roading, mudding, all that stuff, it does get dirty quicker, and it can't get wet. So when I say it can't get wet, it can get wet, but you shouldn't get it wet or you're gonna have some major issues. But back to the interior of my truck. It's extremely clean. Right now I do have some stuff in it like microfiber tiles and spray paint. But where my friends roast me is I have towels. I have towels over my WeatherTech rubber mats. They think that's so funny, but honestly, it keeps the truck cleaner. The dirt gets on the rug or the whatever blanket thing. You shake it and you put it back in. I mean, it makes my life easier. You guys should do it too. I mean, helping you guys out here. Everything else is pretty much stock. A lot of people ask me about this. This is stock, guys. So I have a white Tacoma, and yes, it's Inferno red. A lot of Tacoma, not a lot, but minimal Tacomas come with this. I have red stitching too to prove I did not spray paint that. I have the nice Stance Wars air freshener. I did come from the car community, so I gotta have it. One thing about me is I cannot stand stickers on my truck, and I did put Taco Vinyl stickers on the front. They look okay. They're great quality, just personal. I don't like stickers on my truck, so this is what I do with them. They go inside my door jamb. It is not focusing in. I need to get a camera gear. This is my iPhone XS. But anyway, SPC Performance. Right here is Toyotech Lifts, and you can't see it. It is a white sticker, so whatever. This is a Billabong sticker. A friend gave that to me, and the YodaShop.com. So the YodaShop.com, they sell pretty much everything. Like, they sell a lot of stuff. I bought their diff breather from them. It's $20. Super simple to install. I recommended I don't know what the other company is. Like, I do, but I forgot. It's ABS or ARB. It's ARB. ARB. Theirs is really nice. It comes with 4 ports, so you can hook up 4 air breather tubes to it. So that is like the One Pro, but it's $80, and mine does the exact same thing. So it just depends. It's just a little bit nicer. I do have a sound system. I have kickers. I don't know what model they are. They're like the very top of the line. I walked into Audio Store and I said I want the best speakers, and that's what they hooked me up with. And then I do have a JL Audio 10-inch sub. I was going to talk about something after my interior, but I forgot. Anyway, more about me, I guess. Went to University of Utah for 2 years. Business major, finance, or double majoring in finance and operation supply chain. I don't know if I'm gonna go back. We'll see, because I'm more of like want to start my own business and everything. So I'm electrician right now, residential and commercial. I'm just an apprentice. I'm going to school for that to get my journeyman's. But I'm kind of like loving the Tacoma world. So making these headlights. I do a lot of aftermarket stuff for my friends. I installed the King shocks on Utah Taco Luke on his truck last weekend. Those things are butter. I cannot wait to get those. Or ADS. ADS is an Arizona company, and they supposedly sell better shocks, or they make better shocks than Fox, Icon, and Kings. So if you guys are watching this, please DM me on Instagram, because I want to know. I want to hear you guys' opinion on that. So basically what I've heard is Kings and Fox and all those brands, is they use more of like an OEM like internals. They're just kind of like reinforced, they're a little bit better. But ADS uses race internals, like the same quality as race shocks. And they're about the same price, or a little bit more honestly than Kings. They're just gray. They're gray and black, and I do not like that. So I have been talking to the people in the factory, and supposedly they might powder coat them for me at the factory. So if they do that, then I will be ADS fan, and I'll be throwing those on. They are ADS 2.5 adjustable reservoir extended travel. So the extended travel gives you an extra inch of travel, down travel, not up travel. Like, so it's not a total travel, it's just down. And then in the rear, I want to do darkers, or I always mess that up, something like that, the Old Man Emu darkers or whatever, with the same matching shocks, 2.5 adjustable reservoir ADS shocks or King shocks, with Tiburon bump stops, the airbags types with U-ball flip. Those things are sweet. I've heard great things on them. I think those are absolutely the best ones. My opinion, I think they're better than Duro bumps. I've lived in Utah my whole life. I mountain bike all through high school. So competitive mountain biking, cross country. I owned a Specialized Epic. It was a 29er, matte red. I think it was pretty sick. I missed that. I sold it to buy a computer for college. Don't regret that. I still use that computer every day. I'll be editing this video on that computer, so it's worth it. But I think that's gonna sum up this video. We'll see where this goes. So never done a YouTube, so this will be an interesting video. Hope you guys think it's entertaining. I'm just out like in my backyard right now, where I'm at, just up at my neighborhood, my truck. Just videoing this real quick. I was sitting in my room and scrolling through Instagram. I was about to post for you guys, and then I came across that same picture where I was asking about if I should do a YouTube video, and I have like 1,000 likes on it or something, and then like 30 comments of people being like, yeah, you should do it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get off my bed, stop watching Netflix, and come out here and make a video. See how I do go off-roading like every weekend, and go camping. I use my tent a lot. A lot of people are like, dude, do you even use that tent? Yes, I use this tent every single weekend. I sleep in it. It's nice. 3-inch memory foam mattress. It's just getting fall and almost winter, so it's perfect to sleep in at nighttime. But YouTube, huh? Guess we'll see. Guess I'll find some content, video my life, video the things I do. I'm honestly working on my truck all the time. Every day I'm doing something new. A lot of people DM me. They're like, oh yeah, you always do the stuff people are too afraid to do. And I love that. I mean, I strive. Like, I don't know if you guys have followed me for a long time. I never listen. I never listen to what anybody say. I always do what I want to do, which is how everybody should live their lives. Don't just follow what other people do. Be out there, be your own person, do your own thing to your truck, be unique. So that's what I've done. So I saw a lot of 4Runners doing bumper cuts, and then this one dude on Tacoma did a bumper cut, and I do not remember his name. And I asked him about it, and I was like, hey, can I do this? And he's like, yeah, dude, do it. And so I did copy his design, or his idea of cutting the bumper, but it's not the same design. I kind of just did my own thing, just stared at it and started going at it with the Dremel. And then, yeah, basically this whole truck it's not Overlander. It's kind of, I feel like the origin of this truck comes from the car community. So it's kind of like it's just super clean in my opinion. It's just all the parts just kind of come together as one. Nothing's like out of the ordinary, or like I don't have like max tracks on the side of this when everything else is kind of like low key. And so that is why I didn't do the retro vinyl. A lot of you guys who are really mad I didn't do the retro vinyl, and you guys need to chill, okay? I didn't do retro vinyl because you would look at this truck, okay? You look at my truck and it's just all clean. It's all black and white, black and white, black and white, black and white, and then boom, it's yellow, orange, and red, okay? I can't do that, especially when I have blue shocks in there, blue disc brakes, And then I got the blue hitch back there. I got blue. I mean, these are changing halos, but I usually run blue because of the braid, or they're the brightest with these brand, and they're legal-ish on the street. Like, cops aren't gonna pull me over for it. If I'm running red, I might get in trouble. So I just did it because the gray is just more low-key. It just fits better. It's not poppy. That front line down, like, was really the thing that changed my mind. I just love the look of the 3 lines going down, and then it kind of just like lines up with everything, because everything on my truck is straight. The Toyo tires are straight, then it goes down to the posits are straight, then the halos are straight, then the fog lights are straight. Everything's just like perfectly lined up, and so it kind of just really flowed in with that, and so that's why I did those. So everyone that was mad, I'm sorry. Taco Vinyl sells them, so buy them for your vehicle and rep them. They look amazing. The quality's amazing. I ripped these off like 3 or 4 times, restuck them, and they still look like I stuck it for the first time. I mean, these things are perfect quality, no bubbles. That's more of like practice and knowing how to do it to get no bubbles. Like, if it's your first time, you're probably gonna get some bubbles, but you can keep ripping it off until you get it perfect. It will. Plus, in the sun, it does get hot and the bubbles come out, so give it some time if it's just little bubbles. But I've been thinking on this YouTube is I gotta think of something, because big YouTubers, I think it's cool that they open up a video with something, the same phrase every single time. I gotta figure out what mine is. I gotta figure out what my phrase is. So in the comments, you guys need to like give me some things I should say. I'm probably not gonna steal any of them, just because it's gotta be my idea, but your ideas are gonna promote my mind to think of my idea, which I wanna use to open up each video, if that makes sense. So let's see in the comments. I wanna know what my opening line of every single YouTube video should be that I upload on this page. Basically my content's gonna be me working on my truck. I don't know, like, just prop up the camera and talk about what I'm doing and show you guys me doing it. I don't know, we'll see what works, what you guys like, what you guys don't like. When I go off-roading, just the trails, the people, just stories, like what's happening, because we get in some crazy situations. Everyone knows, my whole truck breaks every time I go off-roading. Literally all my suspension has been broken at one point. My sway bar broke, just never ends. My actuator broke twice. Yeah, I'm prone to breaking stuff, so that's why it's a mall crawler for the next month or 2, just to give me a break. What else? Just new people I meet if I go on events, hitting trails, give you guys suggestions what trails to hit. I don't know. Just subscribe, see what it's like. It's my first YouTube, so I don't even know how it works, but subscribe now, follow me around the journey, see where it goes. Pretty sure this video is like 30 minutes long, so hope you guys liked it.